your daughter is a model, you're supposed to support her, because most of the time we pass through a lot of challenges, but since we don't have somebody to share with, you can't just I can't just meet you outside there as a stranger and start telling you, okay, right now I'm feeling this,
sure.
You'll be like, why? So what I want to say is that parents were quite close to their children.
You're listening to Blue Radio, bringing the vibe.
All right, live and direct from the port city of Mombasa. This is the Breakfast Vibe Show, and as you've heard, Chris Beats, Yemi Alade and Harmonize wanakuambia ni 911. You better call the police, you better call the Kenyan government, because it's about to be a big thing. It's about to be a wagwan thing. I promised you in this hour I'll be coming through with a fantastic guest. We want to talk about championship, we want to talk about winnings, we want to talk about it all. We want to talk about the business of beauty and the business of modeling. Without much further ado, the moment of truth, the moment you all have been waiting for. I do have my guest in the building. Good morning.
Good morning.
For anyone who doesn't know who Venorica is, could you give us a little bit of a background? Who is Venorica? How did she start this journey?
Okay, I'm Venorica Nyongesa, currently Miss Global Princess Kenya, Miss Global Princess Africa. I'm a young girl who have a lot of projects, one of them being empowering women in the society, and also I have this charity foundation known as Network Giver that mainly focuses with street families.
I want you to walk us back a little bit, yeah? Because you've just told us you are Miss Global Africa Princess, yeah? I don't know if I've gotten that right, but could you take us back to that moment, when your name was called out, when you are given the crown, when it was announced that yes, sio huyo mtu mwingine, sio it is you. How was that feeling for you? Could you describe it?
Oh my goodness, it was so nice. I remember I didn't expect that, because there were a lot of girls with potential, and I was like, I'm going there to learn and not to win, actually. I was like, I'm going there to learn and not to actually win, because I'm like, I see a lot of girls with potential, with big projects, and my aim was gaining experience and not winning. So I didn't know God's plan, and actually I want to tell people outside there, just believe in yourself. Anything can happen anytime. All
right, that's interesting. Before we get into the whole conversation and everything else, I know you are in Kenya. You've seen what's happening in the country. Yesterday there was a prime suspect arrested. Of course, we learned that many of the victims are women. Championing for women rights, as an ambassador, as a woman yourself, how do you describe the situation in Kenya? What needs to happen?
Okay, the situation in Kenya, first of all, I don't support financial bill. Actually I don't. But what is happening currently in Kenya, it's I can't say it's good, because the Gen Zs are back at home, and right now we have just thieves in the streets. Actually, it's so bad, because they steal from small businesses. I can say those small businesses are not for Ruto, and they are going and breaking everything and steal from them. And what I want to say is that we as youths, we are supposed to step back and see what the president will do, because I am very sure he has already heard our voice, and he's going to do something. Actually, he has already started doing something. And we are supposed just to step back and see what he's going to do.
All right. Now let's get into the heart of things. You're here today, this morning, not only pushing for projects, pushing for the agenda of beauty. I would like to understand the industry. I am not in the beauty industry. Could you talk to us a little bit about how one could get into it? Because there are young girls who would watch the video, who would listen to the podcast, and they are passionate about what you do. you know, you are a role model to them. Where should they start and how should they start?
Actually, modeling industry is all about believing in yourself, and it's all about risking. Actually, you know, I went to South Africa.
What?
Yes, I went.
Do tell me about that.
Actually, after winning Miss Global Princess Kenya, I went to South Africa for Miss Global Princess Africa.
Okay.
I'm telling you, the competition was, I thought the competition in Kenya was tough and I'm not going to win, but I won. And then I went to South Africa, I met girls with different tribes, I even don't understand them, and I won. So modeling is all about believing in yourself and taking risks. Yeah, so what I want to tell them is that they should start now and not tomorrow or next year. Or yeah, they should start now. Yeah.
So the information is, or rather the message is, mapema ndio best, as we say. And guys should get into it right now.
Yeah, and you have to believe in yourself because you are capable of achieving what you want to achieve in life. You just have to believe in yourself and believe in everything that you do. Because for me, what drives me is my tenacity, the ability of never to give up or to stop what I've started doing. You know, some people, they always start something and then people start criticizing you and then you're like, oh my God, so I'm not good enough and all that, you know. You're supposed to believe in yourself. You know, you are a leader of your life and don't listen to what people say about you.
Man, now that is powerful. That is very, very powerful. All right, now if you're looking in or touching base with us right here right now, this is the Breakfast Vibe Show. We are chilling and chopping it up nice and easy with Miss Global Princess Africa Veronica in the building. Stay tuned, we are going on a short musical break. When we do come back, we'll be bringing you more highlights and of course more into her journey, how she won the crown and what it takes to thrive not only in Africa but the world. Inakuwa nzuri tena sana. If you are touching base one more time, the Breakfast of Champions, and indeed I am hanging out with a champion in the building. I'm talking about Veronica in the building, Miss Princess Africa, not only Kenya but Africa. And while we were off here, we were talking about what the future holds and what she expects to do in the coming months. And I want you to hear it from herself, not from me. Now that what next after Africa, after Kenya, what next?
Okay, as I said earlier, from Kenya we went to South Africa and now we are going to New York in September. My goal is to work with bigger brands in high fashion industry and actually not pageant industry. So I'm just using this pageant as a stepping stone. But when you go to my Instagram page, you'll find more of a high fashion model. What
is your handle? Give us the handle, please.
Okay, my Instagram name is Veronica Sasha 8. Yeah.
All right. And you know, when you talk about high fashion, there are those like myself who don't know what high fashion is. You know, for most of us, we think fashion ni kupiga Air Force Ones na jeans fiti. You know, could you break it down for us a little bit?
Okay. When we talk about high fashion and pageant is more of a beauty queen. It's more of competition. Like you have a lot of queens, they come together to show their capability of giving out their projects, what they can do to the society, what they are doing to give back to the society and all that. So you come like 10 queens and you start competing for one crown. But in high fashion, we don't compete, we don't have a crown. We just you showcasing a brand, maybe clothes or products, and
all right. I want to draw your attention to something before we continue. So I was looking at something, I don't know when here it is. So there is a luxury brand by the name LGN. Wame introduce this, I don't know if you've seen it.
Okay, no.
You haven't seen it? So it's like a shirt and then around the collar region, it's like not normal. So like if my shirt is white, the color region will be like let's say watery, yeah, itakuwa na kama maji vile, yeah. And so sometimes for a common person, they don't understand how designers and how as a model, you know, you arrive at certain designs, at certain concepts. You know, today having you in the building is so unique and so, you know, different. I'd like you to give us that understanding. You know, how do you as a designer, as a model, arrive at certain design? I want that design. How do you do it?
Okay. In high fashion, we have this. We have a model. We have a designer. So a model is not a designer.
Okay.
So like, yeah.
Okay.
A model is not a designer. Like me, I don't know anything to do with designing clothes and all that. So as a high fashion model, you're just there to showcase clothes that you even don't know how that person came up with that thing. And after showcasing it, that's when the designer will come and start explaining, oh, this came out of this, from culture or something like that. Yeah. So yeah, it's like that. We have model and designer.
Okay, interesting. Many a times when you know, African women get to the States and Europe and whatnot, there is always, I like to call it not equal treatment as such, but I'm not so sure about that. You know, venturing out, you know, in the next coming months, you know, going out there, going to follow your dreams, going to, you know, set an example for models in Africa and the world. What are your expectations, you know, when you go out there? You know, how do you plan to, you know, navigate these challenges that, you know, the West offers to African models?
Okay, right now I can say things have changed.
Yeah.
Because as you can see, we are at the point where people, they don't like discriminate skin color. Because I'm saying that because when I was in South Africa, like all models, I was with most of them were white, but they are Africans. They are white but African. Yeah, so I saw they're like okay with me, they work with me well, we meet, we hug each other, there's no like, oh, you're black or no. So I feel like things right now have changed, and yeah, it's like that. So how to cope with that is just creating awareness of all of us, we are the same, we are human beings, and there's nothing like black or white. Yeah.
You know, I don't know it's which famous musician alisema heavy is the head that carries the crown. Right now the crown is in your head, and you'll not only be representing yourself, your family, you know, Kenya, Africa, but more importantly you'll be representing, you know, the continent of Africa. You know, there is so much pressure on you right now, so many people looking at you. I would like you just to speak to us about, you know, how, you know, you deal with so much pressure, you know, you stay calm under, you know, all that. How do you do it?
Yeah, so actually on my side I have this supportive mother and grandmother. My grandmother usually pray for me every time. Every time we are on a phone call, she's like, okay, let me pray for you first. Because, let me pray for you first. And my mother, she's there, and she's supporting me with everything that she have. And I can say that if your daughter is a model, you're supposed to support her, because most of the time we pass through a lot of challenges, but since we don't have somebody to share with, you know, you can't just I can't just meet you outside there as a stranger and start telling you, okay, right now I'm feeling this, I'm not, you know, sure. You'll be like, why? So what I want to say is that parents work very close to their children. Yeah, not only models, but to their children, especially girl child. Okay, I'm sorry, especially girl child. Yeah, especially girl child, because in modeling industry we have a lot of potential models, but they don't believe in themselves. They have this low self-esteem. And the reason as to why they have low self-esteem is because they don't have this person like to guide them, to share with them what they are passing through and all that. And I went to South Africa, and day 2 we were at the workshop, and we were told that your role model should be your mother, not just any
woman,
person. Not just because before that my role model was Naomi Campbell.
Well,
For sure. Naomi Campbell, because as a woman in fashion industry, I always look at her determination and her strength. You know, she has been in a modeling industry for long, despite of all the challenges and setbacks, and but she's still strong. As you can see, I don't know, she's 58 or
she's around 60.
She's so old, but bado akona ile attraction. Most of the brands want to work with her. And I'm very sure most of the young women, they're looking
up to her.
So we were told that your role model should be your mother, or maybe your grandmother. Grandmother wakona a unique, I can't say a unique, I don't know a unique what, I don't know what I want to say, but they're always there for us.
No matter what,
they're always there for us, and they always pray for us. I believe in God.
Amazing.
Praying
is everything.
Big deal.
For sure, man. For sure, prayers do work a lot. Growing up in Africa, you're always if you are not in one way or another, growing up in a religious family, you just find yourself in that line of religion. As we conclude this morning, there will be many women who will watch our conversation. Many who will want to pursue modeling, many who will want to work with brands, and many who will want to walk in your footsteps. What message would you like to leave them with if and when they stumble upon this conversation?
Okay, my message to the young women outside there is that in everything that you do it with purpose, because it will lead you to collide with your destiny. I'm saying this because most of the young women, they don't know what they want in life. So you end up trying this, tomorrow you try this, and the other day you try this. So unapata umesha, like you don't know what you want. So in everything that you do it with a purpose. So that it will lead you to collide with your destiny.
All right. Thank you. That's very powerful. In case you'll forget everything that we've talked about, the message is loud and clear. Always move with a purpose. Got to love it, man. We do wish you all the best in your endeavors. Please keep raising the Kenyan flag high and keep doing your best.
Thank you.
All right. Remember, folks, we're in this building all the way up to 10 in the morning. And right about now, we're going to debut some brand new music for you, starting off with this one right here.